What's up, everybody? You're listening to High Tea with Mel, Kel, and Kay. If you're down for some unapologetic and unfiltered discussions from melanated perspectives, let's get this chat steeped and brewed in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, ladies.
Hola. How are y'all?
Hello.
Oh, you guys are so cute. I miss y'all.
Missed you too, Melly Bear.
God.
Overdue for some girl chat.
Yes.
But we'll handle that offline. But I'm so excited to talk to my girls for the first time. It's at least did we take off last week? I don't remember what happened last week. Did we record?
Yeah, we recorded.
Oh, see?
Mm-hmm.
There
It's
you
just
go.
been a long time. I think
Yeah,
so.
we did. We just didn't record this Sunday.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
It's a Monday recording today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all out of whack, okay? I feel maybe my Mercury is in retrograde. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
Maybe it's not aligning with Mercury this year.
It never is, apparently.
It never is, but we gonna make it. So, speaking of making it, we're gonna talk about in this episode, we kind of just felt like just taking a little easy. And also, unfortunately for y'all, getting a little deep. Sorry. But we're going to end it on a juicy, bright note, hopefully. So we're going to talk about colorism and casting on TV and movies and all of that shit. And just how we feel about it. We've kind of skated around this topic before, but this will be interesting. We will not have a social media moment today, but we will do some letters. Yes. It's my favorite part. If you could see me, I'm dancing.
We love our letters, guys. Just keep them coming.
I'm so nosy. Please.
Keep them coming.
I love it.
We love it.
I'm here for all of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then we'll also, of course, wrap this up with our weekly recommendations. So, ladies, I just want to start off this discussion by just saying, talk about undefeated champs. Them Disney / ABC and Nick shows, hands down, champs on this particular topic.
Listen, all of TV to me is just perfectly winning at this shit.
Yep.
I mean, they finally starting to get their act together within the last 5 to 10 years.
That's what I mean. Like when we were growing up, they were the top dogs of it. Like UPN was trying out here, but it was UPN. They were trying real hard. They had some good shows too.
That's like WB.
Listen, they had some good shows, but they were not up there. They were not the top dog. They were the underdog, and I supported the underdog. But top dog was still
I
ABC.
got my gripe with WB still.
Don't we all?
Or CW.
Oh,
whatever you want to call yourself. I'm big mad.
You mad?
Big mad.
Wow, it's crazy out here. Well. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, I just needed to be known. Like, I loved, before I knew about all the evil and corruption and shit, loved me some Disney. Okay, Disney Radio Disney jam, the whole jam. Jesse McCartney, thank you, appreciate you. But, yeah. Like, speaking of Corbin Blue, like, hey, what up, dog? We found the lightest of light skins with the perfectly curled afro, just perfectly curled. Like, that was a normal thing then? Because none of my friends said that.
No.
They didn't grow their hair out. The fuck? Who got time to be growing your hair out? And we know how the black people be talking about guys who grow their hair out. Like, I don't...
Yeah.
It's wild out here in these streets. Corbin could not survive the hood. But that's just my initial thoughts. What about y'all?
Well, I like to say that it's just well known that Hollywood prefers its coffee with a lot of cream. And I prefer my coffee to taste a little bit dark on the little cups, the inside of the cup and stuff. But unfortunately, when it comes to casting characters who are black, especially leads, Hollywood just prefers to dilute the color to a less threatening look. And colorism has been so destructive that it's infested the black community to the point where it's been a big discrimination against darker blacks by lighter skinned blacks. And that's where I tend to have an issue with it. And it's weird because growing up, I never personally experienced that in a friend group or at school or in public. I used to have a majority of just white friends growing up. That was never a topic of discussion, but I do know from just hearing the stories and the chatter that my goddaughter has told me, and she's going into high school next year. Oh my God, I can't even believe that. Yeah, high school. I know. She's told me some of the nastiest stories that goes on in middle school, and we all know that middle school is just tragic.
Middle school's rough.
It's disgusting.
It's
those kids.
It's a cesspool.
Oh my God.
And have you heard of the jingle that goes around nowadays?
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
What?
There was no jingles in my middle school, so what?
Right. This is where it's getting bad. So she told me this is what they say on the playground, at recess, in the gym. If you're white, you're all right. If you're brown, hang around. If you're black, get back. Yep. If you're white, you're all right. Yes. If you're white, you're all right. If you're brown, hang around. If you're black, get back.
Where are all the allies at? I'm sorry. We were all popping up with our black squares. Where the allies at?
I know.
Those are fake allies.
They need to be throwing hands right now. I'm sorry. Bitch, you said what?
Yep.
They just wanted to be down with the brown.
Mm-hmm.
Or pretend to be down with the brown because nobody
they're
wanted that
not
heat.
down. They're not.
Mm-hmm.
They're not with it.
People did not want that heat at that
They don't
time.
want the smoke.
Mm-hmm.
People thought I was insane for being upset that everybody's posting these fake ass black squares everywhere, and it's just like now all these keyboard social justice warriors are all sat down, have a seat, and are back to their racist prejudice shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, people will be people.
I didn't know.
It's
Okay.
wild.
All right.
It's wild.
Continue.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's hard to say anything after that.
Yeah. I mean, I can't even imagine you having to have that conversation with your goddaughter.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's the thing where just hearing that alone, you know that these kids are being taught this. You don't just come out the womb saying this stuff. That means
you're
that you have
trained on
parents.
normalized social behaviors.
Yeah, your parents and the people that you hang around that are adults, and then those adults are telling the friends, and then those friends are getting together at recess or the gym, and they're talking like this. That's the only reason why they would know that kind of thing. And it's sick.
I think this kind of goes way beyond parents as well.
Yeah.
I think that the way that the social media algorithms are set up, we set ourselves up for this type of shit. Because all on the internet, this is like the nasty conversations that people are having. And the sad part about it too is that people think that there's this nice gray line between Black Twitter and white Twitter, and that line does not exist. There's no fence there. Everyone sees the nasty, derogatory shit that you post about each other, and people don't seem to understand that these worlds all intertwine. We all live on the same internet. We post the same nasty shit on the same interwebs. Everyone sees it. So instead of handling your Twitter beefs or your TikTok beefs or your YouTube beefs online, the in-person conversations are no longer there.
Yeah.
Because now you have like influencers and YouTubers and TikTokers beefing from halfway around the world for everyone to see. So it's just like, this is not a parental problem anymore. It's a societal problem at this point. Because everyone thinks it's okay to get on their soapbox on the internet and say whatever the fuck they want to say with no repercussions whatsoever. And we're seeing the repercussions that your goddaughter at 14 years old can come and tell you this is the nasty shit they're saying on the playground. And everyone thinks it's funny. And it's because you go into those comment sections of
at
these
recess, the
videos.
teachers are hearing that.
They're probably
the
not
teachers
now
are not
because
paying
the teachers
attention.
are not paying attention. They're talking their own shit in their corners. They're just there to supervise. Because trust me, there was scraps in the playground when we were in junior high school. The teachers didn't intervene until it was too late. So it's just like these people are oblivious, just like how their parents are oblivious because give our kids smartphones and they do whatever the hell they want to do with it. There's barely
no
any
regulation.
There isn't to the point where my brother and my sister-in-law took away my nephew's cell phone. He hasn't had a cell phone in months.
Wow.
And it's because they regulate and they monitor his whatever he does, and that's mostly TikTok. Mm-hmm. Whatever he watches on TikTok, they regulate that. And once they start seeing shit doesn't look right anymore, they take it away. And he hasn't gotten it back in months.
See, that doesn't happen anymore in the household.
Exactly. There's no regulation anymore. People expect social media and technology to monitor their kids.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's funny you say that, because when I grew up, my parents made giving me a phone for the first time such a big deal. I had a Virgin mobile phone. It slid up and everything. Ooh. And when I first got the phone, they came to me with the box. But then my dad had literally drafted up an entire contract for me to sign, and he framed it and everything. They read the contract to me. I had to put my signature, and then they gave me the phone. They told me how many minutes I had. They told me if I went over these minutes, what would happen. Like, it was a legit thing. And
you had a terms and conditions.
I literally did, and I had to read the fine print. The fuck?
Here are your terms and services, ma'am.
Yeah. And like, it sounds so dumb now, because like there was no social media back then. Like, what were you really hiding me from? Yeah. But I'm so grateful for that. And I think I probably would have done that with my own kids if I did that. Because I think you just need to, first of all, it's like a rite of passage when you give a child a phone. At least it should be. Nowadays, you're getting the phone at 5 years old. Mm-hmm. Like, there is nothing to look forward to.
I'm going to tell y'all right now, that's not happening in my house. I'm so sorry.
No, absolutely not.
So sorry.
Absolutely
Especially
not.
as long as I'm driving that little fucker to school. The fuck you need a cell phone for?
Mm-hmm.
All your classmates have one. Congrats.
Right. That's
good for them.
Better memorize my number.
Right. You better write that shit in the back of your notebook.
Yep. And the address.
Got me fucked up out here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep. It's just crazy how there's so many differences between when we came up and then the people nowadays.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, I don't even need to get into nowadays, because nowadays is already wild in itself. Clearly, because I'm still baffled by your story. I don't even.
Like I said, the internet is a cesspool of garbage on a train on fire, just crashing into a big ass mountain, filled with more fire. It's like crashing right into a volcano.
It's hell, basically.
It's like the pits of hell. It's like Satan's feet.
You are making me so grateful to be a couch potato. You have no idea.
You know what I think it is too? Like, one thing I will always say about like my main predominant friend group is that I'm very happy that I was always surrounded by more strong-minded friends. Who can like think for themselves. Because I was having a conversation with my younger cousins the other day, and we were talking about this. We were talking about like gangs and how people like, get into gangs and the things that people do when they're in gangs, whether it's like a gang or a religious cult, anything like that. Just anything which means like a collective of people come together with the same initiative and the same goal. And basically what we came to the agreement is that a lot of these people who do those things cannot think for themselves.
Yep.
It's like you need a collective of people who also think like you for you to feel more comfortable to be a person. And it's just like, where is your individuality outside of that? If you need a collective of other people to think like you and validate you and your thought process in order to make you feel comfortable. And I think when it comes to social media, a lot of people that are, especially depending on the kind of content you consume, it kind of like plays into your life day to day. And especially like going back to like what your goddaughter said, it's like, yeah, because this is the type of bullshit these people consume every day. And I think when it comes to going back to like colorism, when it comes to like us as Black people, we are the main predators when it comes to that. It's not white people. It's not white people. It's not. And I need people to stop blaming white people for all fucking problems in this world. And this is not me caping for white people either. is just like, take accountability for the shit that you just take accountability for the garbage that you put out there.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, how do you expect if you have people opening a social media platform, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, or whatever, and the first video you see is a blackface motherfucker talking about, oh, my preference is this because I don't like this, and I'm just gonna tear this whole thing down. And that's usually how it starts.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually some ugly bug-toothed motherfucker on the internet talking about he don't like dark-skinned women because light skin look better. And it's just like, bro, like, go to the orthodontist, get some braces, and then come back and talk. Fix your hairline. Pop that zit on your face. Shape up that raggedy ass mustache.
Wash your face. Take a shower.
Wash that eye booger out. Clean your nose. Pick your head up. Stop rubbing your head.
Yo ass.
Wash your toes. Just do something.
Oh my god.
Because you can't be on the internet looking like a fucking old moldy dish
Who did
rag.
it and why?
And then you talking about somebody else. No. Sit the fuck down. And that's the problem. These people go viral and then the circus starts. Then you have this motherfucker that comes back and say exactly the same thing and then play on this one and play on this one and play on this one. And it's just a garbage fire that ignites. And then unfortunately, you have the people who feel like they need to clap back and defend themselves because they felt offended by it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, that's a general talk and you felt offended by it. Now you inserted yourself in a conversation that you just basically said the shoe fits, so I'm gonna wear it. And you wore it. And now you're offended. And now there's like a whole trend and there's like fucking 10 people coming after your side of your neck. So it's just like, and it's entertaining.
Yeah.
It is entertaining.
Yes. Unfortunately.
And the whole world sees the entertainment. Yeah. It's not that hard.
Well, we went from, in our age, right? We went from seeing that kind of entertainment was the start of the reality TV show. And we went from that to watching that shit to watching it on our phones to real people, not people who get paid to act this foolish. No, real people acting that foolish to get paid in hopes of whatever the fuck happens after that for those people. I have no fucking clue. I don't pay attention to them.
Right. It's like everybody's just waiting for like their 2 minutes of fame and like that 2-minute virality to happen, that let me just say this fuck shit because everybody else is saying it and then maybe I'll go viral. Maybe people will know my name. And it's just like, and then for me, it's just like, why would you want people to know who you are based on something negative?
Right.
How are you helping to advance society? Like, how are you helping?
Well, they're not trying to help.
No.
It's just like, you're just trying to start some shit. If you want to start some shit. Yeah, they're trying
to destroy things.
If you want to start some shit, go into a gang neighborhood and like start throwing up the opposite gang signs if you want to start some shit. Like,
yo.
Oh my God. This shit gets me heated. It gets me heated.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I want to also say, if you choose to do that, I wouldn't suggest doing that.
Film it.
I also wouldn't suggest doing that either.
Film it.
But I'm gonna let you know what's gonna happen. It's not gonna end well. So I wouldn't suggest you do that. But to each his own. People enlist in the army every day, and that's their choice. But I just want to say I wouldn't suggest doing what Keyshawn is circumvented.
No, because my problem is just always the fact that it's the same people that like sit here and try to convince everybody that the world is against them, that they're being put down by everybody else. But it's like, you're not making strides to make yourself better or to do something better. Like you're regurgitating the same shit that's already out there. Like, are we all just monkeys? Like, and that's the part that I don't understand. Like, why are people not able to think for themselves and at least try to do something better or do something different?
Or in the words of you, stop talking about what this person you don't fucking know, never met, don't give a fuck about you, is doing to you to hold you back, and figure out a way to hold you up.
That's true.
Figure out a way to get up and get motivated to do something that's going to be productive for you in your life, financially or non-financially.
Listen, I got a lot of gripes with this topic.
And to to the motherfuckers out there who are doing those stupid videos about I like this person, I like that person, shut the fuck up. Because no one actually gives a fuck who you like. At least I don't, personally. Because it doesn't help anyone cure cancer, HIV, COVID's still out here in these streets. Motherfuckers still being evicted. So also, shut the fuck up. That's just me. Because we got enough things out here driving these conversations as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's at least a number of rappers who've mentioned about Will Smith's love interest in every fucking movie he has.
Mm-hmm. And then we can clearly see from those same exact rappers their colorism that's deeply, deeply rooted inside of them as well.
It's nasty.
So
horrible.
And I need people to stop jumping on soapboxes and defending celebrities that you don't know about and who don't give a fuck about you. I need y'all to stop. I need y'all to stop going into comment sections and pouring your whole ass heart out like you've been connected to these celebrities since birth.
But
like,
then you get offended when they don't answer you.
Right. And it's like, what do you think that your little tiny minuscule comment is going to do with their day and their life when they got 1,000 other people making a comment under the same shit as well? Like, read a book. Read
the
a
more you know.
book. Please. Go look up your numerology or something, please.
Oh God, not numerology. God. Stop.
I'd rather you do that.
And I need people to help themselves. So, in speaking of helping themselves, I do want to speak on this particular topic of how colorism is in the Black community. We could talk about everybody all day, every day about blah, blah, blah shit. But in the Black community, the colorism that we see on TV shows, movies, and in real life, because let's fucking be honest, is deplorable. The fact that our own, as we've said on here, your skin folk are not your kinfolk.
No, they're not.
So the people that are out here doing things to hurt the reputation of others in our community actively, who are still being promoted by people in our community, is the problem that I have.
Yes.
So that's just me. Like, I don't give a flying fuck about Kim Kardashian, but guess the fuck what? Kanye's wilding out here. And I don't care who you love and how you love them, but do not disrespect others if they're not your type of person.
Yeah.
But also, to that, as a man, I need men like him to stop speaking on behalf of Black women, because you clearly don't give a fuck about us. Just putting that out there.
Plus, he's not in his right mind to even be talking about
Hasn't
anybody.
Been in a while.
Yeah.
Has not been in a while. But that was like a perfect example of just somebody who clearly has a lot of issues, and they're using colorism in the Black community and outside the Black community against us. And that's the shit that I'm like, yo, who are you? Like, what is your end goal?
Listen, the part about that got me the most upset is when this man started preaching about, I need to protect my Black kids.
Oh, God.
They don't want Black fathers with their Black kids. And I'm like, sir, who's they?
I was cringing.
Who's they? Who is they? And what Black kids? Them have Black kids?
His enemy is not the they. His enemy is the people he made them kids with.
I'm like, sir, you need to look in a mirror.
Right.
So
and really talk about they.
The disturbing fact of him is, as our prime example, is his issues that he's been going through for a very long time. He seems very confused on facts versus fiction.
Yes.
And it ain't only him that's confused. It's also the other Black people that's over here in his comment sections. Like, we gotta take care of them Black kids. We gotta protect them Black kids. And I'm just like, first of all, I've never heard Kanye West refer to his kids as being Black. Till Miss Kardashian decided that she was gonna file her divorce.
Which I support you, sis, because
So
do your thing.
Them kids is black out of convenience.
Mhm.
Them kids is black because he know black people on the internet will protect kids sometimes.
And him.
Yeah.
And listen.
The protection of him.
Y'all love taking away black people's cards. Y'all love taking away our little Oreos. Y'all love taking away our black cards because we ain't black enough.
For
Okay?
you.
Okay. And Kanye already told you his feelings.
Plenty of times.
Plenty
Not
of times.
just told, he showed. Hobie
He
did a show and tell. He didn't do a short or tell.
He
did
told
both.
you.
He's an overachiever on how much he don't give a fuck.
He told you slavery was a choice.
Oh, gosh.
He told you that your ancestors were there by choice. So, continue to protect Kanye. Continue to protect Kanye. He been running around with Kim K lookalikes.
Her doppelgangers.
Oh my God.
For real. So it's just like, go ahead. And it's just like
the men and people like him. Like, it's okay to have a gripe with people. That's just honestly just, it is what it is. We all have some prejudice in us. That is not the point of this story. Yeah. But when you're using something that you clearly don't give a fuck about as your backup weapon to keep yourself relevant, go fuck yourself.
Yep.
Sideways.
Because you make your bed and you lay in it.
Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Better tuck yourself in. Cover them toes before the blue man gets them.
Not the toes.
Oh my God.
Cover them toes.
Not the toes, sis.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah.
I think in the music videos we grew up with.
Yeah, it's all there. Like it's embedded in our history as Black people, especially for men. I think it's more embedded in their genes more than it is ours.
I think that's kind of accurate.
Yeah,
they do start it. That's for sure.
And it's like, for me, it's just like
to try to end it, but they
ain't trying to end shit. They ain't trying to end shit.
They just keep it going.
They ain't trying to end shit. They like it. And that's fine if you like it, but you don't gotta put other people down in the meantime.
That's my point.
You can state that you have a preference, because trust me, I state that I have a preference. I like my men tall, but I'm not gonna put a short man down. The fuck am I gonna do that for?
Right.
Okay. Nothing. And as a person who likes to talk shit, I will talk shit about somebody. Don't get it twisted. You can walk up to me any day. I'm probably making fun of somebody in my head. Just want to put that out there.
But that's different. Those are your inner thoughts. And it's just like, it's not like you're just sitting there like, oh,
going ham on somebody, just talking mad wild shit. No. Unless I'm with Kishana, because that's probably what's going to happen. But
that's different.
That's appropriate.
But it's just like, it's to be bold and strong in it. Like, I don't want to name no names or anything like that, but I'm sure maybe you guys saw something or anything like that, like women around about it. It's two dickheads. And so they're deciding that they're going to talk about, first of all, one is Black and he looks like a black ass tadpole. And the other one,
tadpole.
He looked like a tadpole. Listen, I grew up in Guyana. We had a lot of tadpoles running around in our swamps, and he looked exactly like that. He looks like a tadpole.
Got it. Tadpole swamp. Got it.
And the other one looked like a little chicken-headed. He probably was bullied. He skipped leg days many of times.
Oh wow. Geez.
Listen, but my whole thing is this: like, don't talk about other people. And don't give people certain names, especially if you can't take the heat after it. So he decided to run up on Mark Zuckerberg's internet and decided to call Black women night riders.
I'm sorry, what?
And said that he's not down with the brown. But it's like, Negro, you're brown yourself. That is fine if Black women aren't your preference. Nobody wants you anyway. But it's just like, if that's not your preference, just say it. Like, I prefer my girls X way, but you don't have to call a whole group of women night riders and then tell them that you ain't down with the brown. No one gives a fuck who you're down with.
Right.
State your preference and move on. You don't need to insult people in order to state your preference.
Mm-hmm. And as a dick who does typically state my mind very abruptly, there's still ways not to be a dick about it.
Right.
I'm like, as an asshole, I can confidently tell you there is ways to communicate to people, or just not communicate, because also not saying something
says a lot.
Saying something.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, perfect example of someone I do not find attractive in any form of fashion is like Floyd Mayweather. I don't find him attractive at all. I don't.
Neither do I.
As a person, internally, I don't find him attractive, and outwardly, he's too short for me. I would have to bend down. It's just a lot of work.
Yeah.
But that I don't know that man, so I'm not gonna be out here on these streets talking mad shit about him, because he don't know me and I don't know him. I don't pay his bills, and he clearly don't pay mine, because look at where I live.
I don't want him to pay my bills anyway. He gonna beat the shit out of me, and I'm okay. I'll stay far away.
If he wants to go ahead and just drop a couple bands on the doorstep, I won't say no. But I also won't want to know who it came from. It's none of my business. It was the fairy godfucker, and I don't give a fuck. But I watched him do an interview, and he looked rough as hell. Now, I did not talk about all his past transgressions and all that shit when I was looking at his interview. All I was thinking was, why does grown-ass man decide to look homeless in his multi-million-dollar home? I'm very confused. And that's it. That was the end of the comment. Someone was like, wait, what? And I was like, that's all I have to say. I'm done.
And see, that's his prerogative.
And that was his choice, which is why I made fun of it.
Yeah.
I didn't make fun of him because he's dark-skinned. I don't give a fuck that he's dark-skinned. He's a dick. Regardless.
Like, when it comes to us, it's not
homeless.
about... Yeah, I think I saw that interview, actually.
It did not look good.
It wasn't appealing, for sure. Lord Jesus. But he makes more money than us, so we really can't say anything.
But that's the confusing part. Okay,
yeah.
Sorry, continue. Sorry. My bad.
I think you're just going to have these people who, at least in our community, who they don't like to take when people say, oh, I just look at someone's personality. Because, yeah, we do look at people's personality way before the looks. Because that is not what's going to get you anywhere further in life or in that relationship or a friendship. I don't care if you're light skinned. I don't care if you're dark skinned. But if something is not appealing to one person, it may be appealing to the other one. And that's fine. I'm not going to not go to a wedding because I don't like how your partner looks. I'm not marrying them. I'm not tying the knot for life with them because of their looks. That's your business. But it doesn't affect me. So it's very difficult hearing people of our own kind just be so negative and judgmental based on the tone of skin. And if you're a Fenty 360, that's like disgusting. And the ones that are Fenty 115, they're just beautiful.
You speaking a whole different language to me, but I figured it out.
Foundation, yeah.
Foundation shades.
Yeah. I can't.
I had a thought in my mind and I just lost it. Oh, that's great. I'm so upset. I just had a really good thought in my head.
Well, I'm going to send y'all this article I found from the Smithsonian about how the camera sees color, and I thought it was very interesting. So if anyone wants to read it, I would definitely recommend it. But I wanted to ask y'all, were there any movies where the colorism or shows really stood out and you were like, what the fuckery is this bullshit? Right at the end. You like that? That was gangster.
Yes.
Right? There's just way too much.
In reference to?
There's just way too much.
Oh, okay.
She made her point.
You hear me arguing? That's not about... Okay.
Yeah, it's just way too much.
I'm trying to look for the one I was thinking of.
And I think, okay, when it comes to stuff like that, when it's based off of like fictional things, I don't have an issue. Like, I really don't have an issue when it comes to like fictional things, right? Like how there's people who may have an issue with like if it's like a Marvel casting or a like any other casting, whether they want to see more racial diversity. I'm just like, it's fucking fiction. Who gives a shit? But when it comes to non-fiction type of things, then that's where I kind of like put my foot down a little bit more, because it's just like, where is the accurate representation in this?
Right.
Like, where is it?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Okay, y'all can cut this out if y'all disagree with me, but I don't see the need to diversify things that were not diverse to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't need a black James Bond personally, and y'all know I fuck with James Bond hard in the paint. But I don't need it. I do want some more black people in the cast. That'd be great. A little sparkle. But I don't need it. Also, I need Bond to be brunette again, but that has nothing to do with anything. But that's just an example. Like Bridgerton is a fictional show. Great. It's not based on reality. Great.
Right,
We can diversify
exactly.
the fuck out of that.
I
But
was
if we're
just
going to
thinking
talk about the Mary Queen of Scots, do not just make her French just be black out of nowhere, because that's not reality.
Yep.
Right.
And I don't want to watch that. You're fucking up my period piece moment with some real shit that I didn't ask for.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's so funny? Do you guys remember with the Hunger Game, right? And I just thought about this, it just popped into my head, speaking of fictional. And so with the Hunger Games, you remember the little black girl Rue? That was one of the tribunes?
Yes.
Okay, so the interwebs got all they got all on their soapbox, and they were all screaming and yelling like, "Why is Rue black? Rue's supposed to be white. She's supposed to be white." Turns out that the author wrote Rue to be black. There was a very vivid description of her in the book when her character was first introduced in the eyes of Katniss from her first person perspective. That Rue was a little curly-headed, darker-skinned girl from another side of the continent that she's never seen before. And she was fascinated with Rue.
Wow.
So they wrote Rue to be a little black girl. And the internet just went a buck. Because they thought everybody in the show was supposed to be white. And it's just like, what's wrong with y'all?
And why does it affect you so bad?
And why does it even matter?
Yeah.
Like also, with this whole what's her name? Halle Bailey being Ariel. It's a fucking fictional character. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's a cartoon. It's a Disney. Who cares?
I won't be watching it, but it's because I just don't want to see it. It's not because of her. I'm just being honest. I have my gripe.
With her or with Disney?
With her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll leave that off. Yeah.
But yeah, with fictional things, I don't really care that much. But with nonfiction, it's like, come on.
Well, even with not like with certain fictional things, not using Bond as an example, but like Batman example. That's a whole written comic book series that had its own illustrations. So I am on board with us doing mixes and changes here and there.
Yeah, like if you want to do a multiverse DC, go ahead. Just don't touch the original
Let me see a black Joker. I'ma fucking lose it. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm gonna fucking lose it. Y'all casted Ben Affleck, and that was a stupid decision, and that will be another one. So as stuff like that, like you don't need to rewrite the history. You don't.
Yeah.
Come up with your own shit if you that thirsty for new shit.
Yeah.
But y'all can cut that if it was not necessary. I'm just saying, put it out there. Just me. All right, ladies. I'm good off this topic. I'm just getting annoyed.
I mean, I felt like we could have gone deeper, but
there's other episodes. There's other time. We got a lot of stuff to go through.
We could always do a part 2 to this bitch, like next season. Like,
there's some other people that can catch some real heat.
And
Some of y'all black directors out there, y'all can catch some real heat.
Well,
y'all can catch the smokes too.
We'll let y'all know when part 2 is about to come out.
I mean, they caught some smokes. Tyler caught some smoke one time when we briefly touched on this.
Mm-hmm. And Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't give a fuck either.
No. But we gonna mention it anyway.
Mm-hmm. But that's like we said, it's a preference game. They cast what they prefer.
Hey.
And we can't blame society. Stop blaming society. Stop blaming the white man. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. Those days are over. Take accountability for yourself now.
Once again, the conspiracy. There is shit happening out here in these streets. But the reason why you got fired, bro, is not because of the white man. It's because you didn't show up to work 3 times in a row. And I just don't know how to help you.
We ain't gonna be talking about your social justice warriors back in the days that was out here talking black, sleeping white. We ain't gonna do that.
Oh, wow.
A lot of y'all.
A lot of mercy. Speaking of a lot of mercy, well, I think I'm good to go ahead and dive into these letters. These Tea Chat Tingz.
I can't. It's only Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I'm not ready for live. I'm sorry.
Bring in the things, yo.
Bring in the things.
Okay, I'm bringing them. I'm pulling them up.
Pull up.
By the way, my friend gave us a lovely little compliment. Shout out to Kathy, who was listening.
Hi,
also balancing being a mom and a wife. What up, girl?
Hi, Kathy.
Appreciate it. Okay, so our first letter. Drum roll, please. I just started seeing the same therapist my boyfriend went to until 3 months ago, and I can't shake the feeling that something happened between them.
Ooh.
It was the way she was smiling when she was talking about him, and the fact that she mentioned him without it being necessary.
Ooh.
Also, he told me one of the reasons he stopped seeing her was because of their conversations got too casual, in quotes, and the fact that I don't trust him or myself. I asked him about it. He told me nothing happened between them, and then immediately asked why I would think that. What should I do? I can't stop thinking about it and would like to search for another therapist if something were to have happened between them. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Should I pull an Adele and just go easy on him? Or pull a Jasmine Sullivan and bust the windows out his car? LOL.
I bust the windows.
First of all,
Kitty Shauna knows this shit hits. It hits hard. No,
I love Jasmine, so I'm gonna do that too.
First of all, you need to report her to her licensure board. Is how you say licensure?
Yes.
Licensure? Okay, you need to report her to the licensure board of your state. Let them conduct a thorough investigation. Because if her license is under fire, she will sing. And if no ill will has been done, she's fine. But stop going to that woman. Stop it. I don't think that, me personally, I don't think that you should have the same therapist as
your spouse.
Unless you're going to couples therapy. And unless the person has proven that they are capable and equipped enough to handle both of you separately and both of you together. So if she is both of your therapists, I kind of would test the waters a little bit before you report her and ask for a session with all 3 of you there. And I think there is when you can get a little bit more feel of whether some malpractice was done, because that is malpractice. So yeah, I think that's the route I would go with first, is to ask for a sit down between all 3 of you, like a couples counseling session, and then you go from there. But no. But you're supposed to be professional. And if you can't conduct yourself in a professional way,
The fact
and you
that they
can't do your job,
them that like, why was you telling me that your conversations with my partner got too casual? That's none of my fucking business. Why the fuck would you tell me that?
You're not a mentor. She's not a mentor. She's a therapist.
Yep.
She's not there for casual conversation. We're not supposed to be kikiing it about what we did this weekend.
And shit.
We're not supposed to be talking about. We're not supposed to be gossiping. You're my therapist. You're supposed to be helping me with my problems and helping me guide myself through life.
Yep. That's out of pocket.
And if you feel like some malpractice was done there, then you report her to the state licensure, and then you take it from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kishana, the inner gut feelings I have here in this, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm gonna tell you right now. Being a person who had those inner gut feelings that some shit was fishy, and motherfuckers tried to lead me astray like I was crazy. Oh no. My inner gut was right, and those motherfuckers were rude as fuck. And no. And that's why I stay to myself. So I suggest you leave them alone and go about your business. If you don't even want to do all that and try to, if the relationship is worrying you to the point where you're writing us a letter, are you still in this relationship? Because your gut is telling you not to trust, and it sounds like there's a valid reason to it. And if you're wrong, great, but that also leads to other questions as well.
Yeah.
And it sounds like, not to be this millennial, but it sounds like y'all need to go y'all separate ways. This sounds a little too messy for this point. As a healthy individual, I don't like this. I don't like this energy. No. Balance of therapy.
Yeah, and there should be. And first of all, if she was an actual professional therapist,
she would have never said that.
She would have never. She wouldn't be mentioning her sessions with
someone
him
else
separately to you, because that's
not their position, and they can get in so much trouble.
Right, and that's why I'm saying that. That's why I feel like that's the route that I will go with first. For me personally, especially if those are the feelings that I have, that if that's like the feelings that I'm getting or the vibe that I'm getting, I would definitely schedule a sit down with all three of us, and then you can see how they interact with each other with you in front of them. Because if something is going on, they can't hide that.
Body language says everything.
They cannot hide that. They cannot hide that. Because I have a friend of a friend who has a crush on my man, and she's had a crush on him for years, but she's not his type. And when we hang out with them, I can feel the salt. The salt is there. And that is okay, because I love making bitches feel salty. It's okay. So
that's when the 2007 Melissa comes out, and she's petty as fuck, and she watched a lot of Bring It On. So yeah, go ahead.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm hella PDA with my man. Bring it.
It's not even about the PDA. It's just the fact that it's just like, I got him.
Yeah, it is shit. This is mine. I will lick his face in front of you, bitch. Try it.
Oh my god.
I'll still smile in your face. Just don't try to talk to my man. Simple as that. I'm like, he's nice. He'll talk to you as a friend, but he ain't stupid, so it's okay.
And I would tell him, honest, me and my man are ruthless. Don't do that. Don't try, bitch.
Oh yeah, and he was very upfront and honest about it too. He was just like that. Yo, they tried to set me up with her. He was like, they tried to set me up with her. I'm just like, I'm like, babe, I already knew she liked you. I'm like, I'm okay. I already knew that. I'm not stupid. I'm very instinctual.
No, I don't.
And I'm like, I'm not worried because she's not your type, so that doesn't bother me.
Listen, one of the few times I confidently listened to my gut, that bitch was right. So, and Kishana was there to be a witness to all that shit. I do not fuck with it. If your gut is telling you just to even write this fucking letter, some shit is fishy. If it ain't with the therapist, some shit is off. Yeah. Something is wrong. And if you want to find out, go ahead and find out. Do your investigative thing, FBI. But at the end of the day, whether you were right or wrong, something is wrong to make you feel this. It's either her or you.
Or the whole
shit
group.
just
Or the whole
not
triangle is wrong.
okay.
Yeah.
I've seen Gone Girl and all them train movies and shit. Nope, I don't fuck with it. You is not for me. Okay, no. Not trying to be like you out here in these streets. Not gonna get me in those glass box. I'll leave.
Yeah, but yeah. It's a lot of figuring out to do, girl.
A lot, but not really. It's right in your face.
Yeah, you better type up a to-go plan.
Because I know there's people out there that don't want to end relationships because of whether it's like how you attach yourself to people or how you attach yourself to the history of with people. And I know a lot of times that people take those little tiny moments of good moments and basically, you know, override all the negative with like those few good times.
Yeah.
And we do that to our own detriment because we want everything to always be good. And sometimes you have to wake up and realize that shit has been way more bad than they've been good. So it's just like, and life continues.
Yeah.
And I think that's a realistic side that we have to, that a lot of people have to start getting into when it comes to relationship, is that life does continue with or without that person.
Yeah, it does.
So I think we have to normalize that a little bit more. Like, we can't allow people to always be our end all and be all, especially when it comes to romantic relationships. We can't. So, girl.
Yeah.
We'll keep you in my thoughts.
Yeah, man.
Please let us know how it ends. I hope you're wrong. I never hope for someone's gut to be wrong, but in this case, I hope it is. But I do suggest you found a new therapist regardless.
And if you're right, report her. Report her license. Up with that bitch. She does not deserve that license. She deserves to be flipping burgers at McDonald's.
Break up with that bitch.
Not sitting on the couch and giving people advice and helping people through the toughest moments in their lives. Absolutely not.
Break up with that bitch.
She needs to be on that dumpster fire of a garbage train rolling into a volcano. To be at Satan's feet. That's where she needs to be.
My God. So descriptive tonight.
El Diablo out here.
Everybody getting me mad today.
I know. Everybody mad.
Everybody mad. Big mad.
Oh, man. Okay, so we ready for letter 2?
Yes.
All righty then. So, I recently got a new manager and things have gotten weird as fuck. To kick off her experience, she held a series of teen bonding activities, which included a lot of happy hours and lunches. During the happy hours, she would have had a lot of alcohol and made sexual jokes and comments. It didn't really bother me, and I'll admit I found myself laughing a few times. But after several weeks of happy hours, I realized things were going too far. At her last outing, she literally asked everyone there how many sexual partners they'd had. And if we didn't answer, she booed us until we gave in. I didn't know what to say, so I just made up a number to get out of questioning. I wanted to leave, but I felt pressured to stay because those who attended the happy hours seemed to get more perks, like flexible hours, work from home days, etc. I don't know what to do. I feel like since I originally laughed/engaged in the more surface level sexual jokes and comments, now I'm a part of the problem. Signed, Uncomfortable OTJ, or Uncomfortable on the Job.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man.
That's...
First of all, why are there so many messed up things at a job now?
The world never stopped being toxic. We just
man.
Stop talking about
Okay, Uncomfortable OTJ. I'm gonna scold you right now.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna scold you.
I'm gonna sit back.
Because you are a problem in this whole entire scenario.
Very true.
You know how there's a saying that called birds of a feather flock together? You are part of that bird, and you are one of those feathers. This is sexual harassment in the workplace, regardless if you're not in the workplace.
Yep.
Because these are people, you work with. This is your boss.
Yeah.
Listen. I am not an advocate for work friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I don't shit where I sleep. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it.
No.
You can have work acquaintances. But I've done that whole going out with your coworkers and having a drink and kikiing, and then kikiing turned into gossip, and then that's when I knew I had to go.
Yep.
Because when shit gets back to the workplace, shit's messy, and I don't like mess.
Yeah.
And this shit is messy because even if somebody decides to go report her to HR, everyone that went out for those drinks are now attached to this. Everyone that sat around and laughed at those jokes are all attached to it. Because it happened on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
Multiple occasions.
And despite what anyone...
And I want to scold you. I want to scold you more, but it's okay.
Despite what we may say about hood snitching, corporate snitching gets you paid.
It does.
I just want to put that out there.
I hope y'all know that a lot of these
gets
jobs...
you paid. Bank.
You know, a lot of jobs actually do offer you incentives for speaking up. My job sure does.
Oh, I'm just talking about the government.
My job offers little. My job offers little under the table incentive for reporting shit. They do.
Wow.
They do. But I mind my business and I go home.
You only mind the business that pays you.
If I want to drink, and gossip, I go home and I drink and gossip with my man. If I want to drink and gossip, I get on this podcast and drink and gossip with my girls. Because they're not attached to my job. Yeah. They're not attached to my bread and butter.
It's a literal safe space.
Yeah, and I get that, especially in corporate jobs, in corporate America, because I have a normal, regular 9-to-5 job, get paid hourly and shit. There's more of like this, I guess, suit and button type of appearance that you got to keep up. And you got to lick a few boots just to get by. But for the fact that you and your colleagues have now like compromised your character and your integrity just to fit in, or just for her to fit in, it is kind of weird. And I feel like you all fucked up in this scenario.
This is the same scenario as in all those Wall Street movies where they go, where there's the new guy and they go out and they do some inappropriate ass shit. And he's just like, well, that's just what everyone's doing.
And it's not.
But you don't have to.
You can just go home and lay low. And I'm like, just because whoever this person gets friendly with, whoever this manager gets friendly with, gets a couple more overtime or whatever, and you feel like you have to do that as well.
There's preferential treatment, and that's a qualifier for snitching.
And if there's favoritism going on based off of that, that's obviously not the job for you. And if it gets on your nerves and get under your skin, it's not the job for you. You got to go somewhere else.
There's a reason why there's this thing called the Great Resignation. It's because people nowadays are just not putting up with that kind of mess anymore.
Yeah.
That whole messing your own character and your own personal beliefs just to get a job and to get the money. People aren't doing that anymore.
Yep. This sounds like a whole insider article waiting to be written.
Yeah.
Somebody's about to snitch.
Yeah.
And if you don't snitch, at least use this as, a decent leverage to file a complaint as you walk out the door to your job that hopefully is paying you double.
Yep, because this shit is not gonna last long. Whatever little power she may have right now, or he may have right now, it's not
somebody's gonna find out.
Yeah.
That's where it's gonna be.
A very inappropriate joke or a very inappropriate gesture is gonna happen to a person who's not gonna tolerate it. And shit's gonna hit the fan.
Yeah.
And you are very closely attached to it, so I think you need to stop going out for these happy hours. Lay low.
Go on your own happy hours. People who don't go to those happy hours. How about that?
Work your 9 to 5.
If you I get it. I love me a good happy hour. So now trash talking the happy hour discounts. Hello.
Yeah.
But you don't need to go with them.
And your colleagues are not your friends. They're your colleagues. That's why there's a whole different title for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This is messy.
Man.
Messy
Y'all out
bits.
here living whole ass lives.
These 2 letters is messy.
I have done nothing the last 2 days, and I am very grateful after this episode. Sheesh. Well, I hope everyone figures everything out. We don't want you to be, in financial struggles, but we also don't think you need to be there.
Or be in mental struggles either.
Yeah, I hope you figure that out and you get to a place where you could just go to work, kick it with the coffee crew, and go fuck home. Sometimes you don't need happy hour with them.
No, you don't. Go home. Get yourself a bottle of tequila.
Some
have
people
happy hour
don't
with
need
yourself.
alcohol.
Yes.
How about that?
Grab a seltzer water. It's better for you with some flavor.
And sexual harassment is not just man on women; it is women on
man, or man on man, and women on men,
or women on whoever they identify as. But either for the fuck way, that shit ain't okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh my
Anything
God.
that makes you feel uncomfortable is harassment.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's that on that.
I know we're on our soapbox just talking, but I hope you figure that out.
Yeah. I love that term, on your soapbox.
I mean, because we ain't in their life, so we can't tell them what the fuck to actually do, but that we could only tell you what we would do. So, and y'all know, I'll leave a job if I'm not about the energy.
Same here.
Give a flying fuck.
Yep. There's too many jobs in the world. There's too many. There's too many to feel stuck. It's too many.
Yeah. Lord. All right. Woo. Sorry, y'all. Don't know why I'm yawning. Well, I think we're good to wrap this sucker up. Y'all got anything else?
No.
We are coming to the end of the season, y'all. We have 2 more episodes left.
I know. That's wild.
I feel like we gotta go out with some bangers. We might need a sidebar after this. All right.
Leave us suggestions.
Yeah, any topics are welcomed. Please and thank you. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this up with our weekly recommendations. So, oh my gosh. Clearly, sleep is on my mind, but weekly recommendations is just going to be anything that we think will help improve your week, your life, your mental health, whatever. And it could be music, movies, TV shows, advice, just something that we think might help you out. So, I can go ahead and knock mine on. Knock mine on.
Go ahead.
Knock mine out.
We got you.
Thank you. I call it putting myself on blast. This will be my piece of advice for anyone. So in order for me to humble myself, things that I do to help remind me who the fuck I am are just things to show my faults, show where I fuck up, show where my downfalls are, and have to be okay with that I have downfalls. I ain't got the perfect body. I look at myself in the mirror, naked and with clothes, to make sure I know what it is. Oh, we a little rolly in the front today? All right, well, we gonna just go ahead and drape something over, and just be cute. And no one has to be the wiser. But you gotta look at yourself and be honest about who you are, what you look like inside and out. So put yourself on blast, get to know that person again, and then see how you feel. It tends to help me. That's just me.
I like that. I wasn't expecting that.
I'm glad I could still surprise you after this long, Kelly.
I know, right? You're doing something right. Well, I'll go. Mine is actually a Netflix recommendation, and I'm obsessed with it. I wish it was longer. But I don't know if you've probably seen on your little recommended page. It's called The Worst Roommate Ever.
Oh, I did.
You have got to watch it. And if you don't watch all of them, just watch the Roommate Wanted one. It's a 2-parter. And basically, that one in particular is about a serial squatter. So, somebody who just goes into housing and just makes that their home.
I think I heard that one. It was a guy, right?
Yes.
Okay, I think I heard. I think that's the one that they have as the main blur because that's supposed to be like the most interesting one.
Yes, it is. It's so good. It's basically like a true crime docuseries in a way, but part of the episodes are cartoon animated and real people and the people that actually got affected by the roommates. But these people are completely violent. Some are murderers. Some are just completely vile in how they go about it. Some have been on death row. Some are now dead. It is so wild. You have got to watch it. I watched that one while I was at the gym on the treadmill. And I know that I probably caught flies in my mouth and my mouth drew out because my mouth was just wide open watching it. It is so good. It's addicting. So definitely watch The Worst Roommate on Netflix.
Okay.
All right. So my recommendation is a Hulu TV series, and it's called The Dropout, which is based on the Elizabeth Holmes court case debauchery. Fuck shit.
Oh, wow.
I could talk about that all the time.
Another dumpster fire on a train wreck into a volcano to Satan's feet.
Oh, wow.
So they made it into a TV series, and it's actually really good. I'm actually surprised that it's like reading all the articles and watching all the YouTube doc series about it. And I appreciate it because I was very heavily vested into this because I don't know how this one little white woman scammed all these grown old. No, I know how. Scammed all these grown old ass men out of all this money and made billions and then lost billions. I'm just mesmerized by it.
Oh my gosh. How long was it?
It's right now they have 4 or 5 episodes up on Hulu right now. So it's a whole TV series that they're doing it. So basically if you don't have no idea who Elizabeth Holmes was and you just decided to like watch this on Hulu, you would feel like you're watching like a regular TV show. That's kind of how they did it. And I was trying to figure out how much they paid Elizabeth Holmes to do this, but I couldn't find any information on it. But I know last week I had recommended the Inventing Anna on Netflix, and I found out that they paid her $300,000 for her story. That's how much Netflix paid her for her story.
Whoa. Dang.
But she's about to be a free woman soon, so she's good. She's about to just
all 300,000.
Oh, that's all legal fees, honey. That's all legal fees.
Say, that ain't shit. That's
it ain't shit, but that's all legal fees. And she's getting deported back to Germany as soon as she gets released. So, yeah. I'm really curious about how much they pay Elizabeth Holmes for this.
I want to know.
She didn't really need the money. Her fiance is a tech billionaire, a millionaire as well. He's a tech millionaire. She don't need the money. She gonna get married before she go to jail.
Hopefully.
Which I think is soon she's supposed to start serving her time.
Oh, jeez.
Hopefully
we'll
she gets married.
We'll find out.
If not, that motherfucker is leaving her.
I'm surprised he didn't leave her. They've been together for like 3-4 years already.
Too long.
Don't they have a kid, though?
Do they?
What?
I don't know.
I know they got dogs. I know that for sure.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
I know they got puppies. I know they got some dogs. Still crazy that this man just like scooped her up, even though he knew all this was going on. That's love, baby.
Not my monkey, not my circus. I don't give a fuck.
That's love, baby. He was like, I was not attached in the beginning, so I'm good.
That would be me. I'll be like, oh, okay. Don't tell me no more. Have a good day. I'll talk to you later.
It's like Britney Spears and her current fiance. He's like, I'm good. I wasn't attached from the beginning. I'm good. I came in halfway. I'm
None
good.
of my business.
Oh,
Mind my business.
I'm gonna let her dance all crazy on the beach. I don't care. It's all good.
Not
drink my water and mind my business.
Yup.
Whose soca song you were listening to, Kelly? I'm gonna drink my water and mind my business.
That song's been going around, and I'm just like, yo.
I know, right?
All
right. Some people are here feeling some Carabana right now.
Shit.
Yep.
Well.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies. Well, if y'all want us to go into anything in our last 2 episodes, please let us know, because there is still time. I know we didn't give y'all any guests this season, but y'all be alright.
Y'all be alright.
Guests are a lot of work, and
there's 3 of us. It's 3 guesses, okay?
That's a lot of mouths.
Plenty for y'all, right? Hopefully, we'll find out.
Send us letters. Write us letters.
Yes.
Give us topics.
Engagement.
I'm gonna sell this podcast.
I'm trying.
Oh my gosh.
I'm trying.
I'm a podcast saleswoman.
Please go check out our marketing plan.
Yeah. If y'all gonna pay us for some ads, I'll do them.
Press kit ready. All right. Anyways,
I was about to keep going.
No, I want to be done. I gotta go.
I gotta pee, so let's go. Take us out, Mel.
All right. Damn. All right. That's all the time we have for today. You have been listening to Mel, Cal, and fuck.
Nah, it's okay.
I'm done. I'm so done.
You fucked up my rap, Kishana.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That is all the time we have for today. You've been listening to High Tea with Mel, Kel, and Kay. Don't forget to leave us a quick 5-star review on iTunes and follow us on Instagram at hight_podcast. And go ahead and hit us on Twitter. We are at hightpod, the number 1. And take a peek on the description box for the more links on everything High Tea. And we'll talk to you the same time, same place next week. And
MKK out.